Hello, welcome to Leeds Lately. Sorry for the late start. I was out in the garden building some sort of structure for plants to grow up, and I didn't realise what the time was, and I rushed back in. So currently I am still doing the lineup. I've done the Leeds lineup. I'm currently just typing out the Aston Villa lineup, so you'll just have to bear with me a second. Welcome to all of our Leeds Lately members like Karen Curtin, CB, John Garside and more, and welcome of course to all of our non-members as well, our regular viewers on the channel. Welcome everybody. Good to be back after an international break, and hopefully Leeds get back to winning ways in this game against Aston Villa. Currently just typing out the Aston Villa lineup because of course that doesn't get released until about an hour before the game. Number 14 is Pau Torres. Luca Digne. Kamara. Tielemans. Then, of course, John McGinn. And of course, Emi Buendia, who Leeds have been flirting with for many a season, especially since Daniel Farke came in, given their past connections at Norwich City. There we go. Welcome, everybody. We can relax just a little bit before kickoff. Here is the... Hold on a second. It is at Elland Road, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. They're playing strings for Yasmin. Aston Villa lineup then. Emi Martinez in goal. Matthew Cash at right back. Then you've got Konza and Pau Torres making up the centre-backs. Over on the left back is Luca Digne. Then midfield two of Kamara and Tielemans in behind McGinn, Buendia and Morgan Rogers, with Ollie Watkins as the lone striker for Aston Villa. When we have a little look at the Leeds United lineup, here we go. So Lucas Perry in goal, Jayden Bogle in at right back, Goodmanson in at left back, Rodon retains his position at centre-back, but Strauch comes back in for Yakabiyol, who I don't think Yakabiyol particularly ever did anything that was worse than what Strauch had been doing. I don't think there was anything particularly to pick between Yakabiyol and Strauch based on their performances. I really don't think there is. I think they both seemed like they were having fairly decent, solid games, but they would be still conceding goals. So that's where I'm kind of like, there must be something wrong. So he's trying to switch it up again. Strauch comes back into the starting lineup. Then we move on to the midfield of Ampadu, Longstaff, and Anton Stach in behind. Aronson, Lucas Mecha starts up top instead of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and Noah Okafor out on the left. A bench of Darlow, James, Calvert-Lewin, Piru, Biol, Tanaka, Justin, Nonto, and Gruev. And of course, we move on to the Villa lineup here. We did go through it before, but it's up on the screen now for on Sky Sports. Martinez in goal, Cash, Konza, Torres, and Digne make up a back four. In front of them is Kamara and Yuri Tielemans. And then, of course, in the midfield trio of attacking players, you've got John McGinn, Emi Buendia, and Morgan Rogers, all in behind Ollie Watkins as the striker. Welcome everybody who is joining us, of course, as well. I forgot to mention before when it came up, Tim's been a member for 8 months. Thank you so much for being a member for 8 months, Tim. The bench of Aston Villa is Bizot, Lindelof, Barkley, Marlon, Sancho, Matson, Bogard, Gesand, and Hemming. That is the lineup for them, but I'd imagine that you would like to see the actual lineup for Leeds United. which is there. Leeds United line up then today. Joe Rodon, Premier League this season, goals 2, joint first in the team, which is obviously a worrying sign. Aerial duels 141, first in the team. John Garside saying I'd take a draw here. Yeah, look, anything to build confidence to try and get back to winning ways would be massive for us, really, wouldn't it? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how we come out after the international break. Let's actually just go out, play well, and win a game of football. Wouldn't that be nice? It's at home, which, of course, has been historically, especially over the last couple of years, a much more fertile ground for us to pick up points. So let's hope that we go ahead and do that this afternoon. We are just seconds away from kickoff now. Let me get the timer ready. Oh, we are about to start. We're off. We might be just a couple of seconds behind just because the timer didn't go off when I pressed it. Matty Cash trying to play the ball down the line. One back there by Okafor. Taken away, though, by Villa here. And great feet there from Morgan Rogers as he tries to play a ball down the line for Watkins. Joe Rodon going over to challenge it out on the right-hand side, and Leeds are now able to get back into shape there. Here's John McGinn being pressured by Lucas Mecha. Now Luca Digne. Back to Pau Torres, and across now to Ezri Konza. Here's Pau Torres. Ball down the line here towards Digne. Good tackle there by Jayden Bogle. A strong tackle. I could hear that on the speakers / on the microphones. Jayden Bogle then with the throw-in. Welcome everybody who's joining us. Aronson trying to do something with it here. But Villa have won the ball back and it goes all the way back to Emi Martinez. Remember, guys, if you do want to get any Leeds United related Christmas presents, you can use code Christmas25 to get 15% off on my Etsy store in the link in the description. Of course, all of those were designed by me for Leeds United fans. I've uploaded loads more now. So if you've got a son, a daughter, a husband, a wife, whoever that likes a specific player, you can get an Okafor, looks like the back of his shirt print, basically. Or there's Marching On Together, kind of cassette, retro cassette. There's loads of stuff on there. So if you do want to get something for a family member for Christmas, use code Christmas25 for a 15% discount on the Etsy store, which I think is in the description. I'm just going to check, but we'll go back to the game. Here's Strauch, just carrying the ball out from the back now. Still Strauch here as he's looking for options. Not much movement ahead of him. Leeds coming forward now with the ball out wide to Gabriel Goodmanson. He's had to go backwards there, though, and here's Anton Stack. Ampadu. Strauch. Yeah, sorry, but I think genuinely the lack of ball knowledge, or let's say, so Chris Sutton's just said, oh, I'm surprised that he didn't go with Dominic Calvert-Lewin because he's obviously better with his back to goal than Mecha, but that is just not true. From literally all the evidence we've seen this season, that is not true. It's just because Calvert-Lewin's English, so Sutton's seen him more. But for me, from everything that we've seen so far this season, Lucas Mecha's hold-up play is so much better than Calvert-Lewin's. As a free kick to Leeds there. I think it was a little, foul by Luca Digne on on Jaden Bogle. Yeah, he booted him right in the kneecap. It was meant to be a clearance, but he did catch him. Oh no, it's actually not even a free kick, it's a throw-in. I need to, like, I always try to be as positive as possible when it comes to Leeds United. And I don't ever want to be negative, especially about new signings and stuff. So I tried to kind of convince myself that Calvert-Lewin would be a good signing. He would be playing in a more attacking team. I need to stop getting sucked into the fact that just because we've signed a new player doesn't automatically mean that they're good. The stuff I saw from him in those early stages, I was like, oh, I like what he's doing. Leeds are putting a lot of pressure on Villa here as they try and clear the ball. But I think I got drawn into it, and just because Calvert-Lewin was a new signing, I don't think he was... Well, we knew he wasn't the guy, but still. Metcher's hold-up play lets him down there, just as I'm waxing lyrical about his hold-up play. But as it stands, 0-0, 5 minutes in, no team's really had a chance at either end. No, he had one. See, when you actually can, this is the context I'll frame it in. So Roger's saying, has DCL ever been known to be a prolific scorer of goals? This is what I'll say on that one, Roger. Calvert-Lewin scored 17 goals, is his highest ever Premier League return. He scored 17 goals, and it was under Carlo Ancelotti at Everton. When you consider that that's the same number of goals that Patrick Bamford got in his best season, and you consider that people would consider Calvert-Lewin levels above Patrick Bamford, the top scorer, other than that, he scored 8 goals in a season, 10 goals in a season. It's never been a big kind of a big part of his game, scoring goals for a striker, when it should be really. Here's Okafor charging forward towards the box here. Okafor so unlucky there. It's a really good tackle there from the Villa defender. Okafor was striding towards goal. Leeds putting on a bit of pressure though. There seems to just be an air of so much more confidence in home games for Leeds. Here's Bogle. Now Aronson carries the ball inside. He's won a free kick for Leeds just outside the box. Went down fairly easily, but in that position, you do often tend to see that you win a free kick. Yeah, Morgan Rogers just steps across Aronson as he cuts inside there, and it's a free kick to Leeds, and agreed with Clive T there that we've started quite well in this game. But this is what I'm talking about with the home crowd. Having a home crowd is a massive, massive advantage for Leeds. We just seem to be so much better. Here's Longstaff then with a chance to cross the ball into the box. It's over on the right-hand side, and he's right-footed, so I'd imagine he's going to try and cross this in towards the back post for Strauch and what looks like Strauch and Goodmanson to get on the end of here. Maybe even Rodon, who's kind of on the edge of the box here, maybe making a late run. Rodon having a little bit of a to-do with Yuri Tielemans. Here's Longstaff's cross into the box. It's a good one. It goes through everyone, and the ball's straight up in the air. Oh, it's in! It's in! 1-0, Lucas Metcher! They're saying it's a foul on Emi Martinez, and I think Anton Stack might be down as well, but there was a melee in the box. The ball was bobbling around, and then eventually it just hit Lucas Metcher and went in the back of the net. Don't know whether VAR will rule this out for a foul on the goalkeeper, though. I've celebrated, but it may be... let's see, as the ball comes into the box, ball comes straight up in the air, Martinez goes for it. I don't think there's enough contact for... I don't think there's enough contact for Martinez to... No, that's poor from Martinez. Yeah, because actually Konza clears it off the line, but kicks it at Metcher, then makes it go in. No, Anton Stack is going for the ball. I don't... Yeah, for me, that's not a foul, because Anton Stack is going for the ball. I think they just both jumped at the same time for the same ball, and Stack came out on top. Well, neither of them did really. It was a 50-50. The ball bobbled out, and it was going in the back of the net, and then Konza cleared it against Mecha, and it went in. Oh, they're checking for an offside. But how can there be an offside when it was a Villa player who got the first contact? I thought it was a Villa player. Let's have a look. Checking goal, possible offside first. I mean, they're looking for anything to get rid of our goal, aren't they, here? God knows, we're still waiting for it now. It's been a good minute and a bit here. I think it's... Yeah, it's been given. It's been given. Come on. 1-0 to Leeds. 1-0 to Leeds. Come on. Two of his goals this season. One was a penalty. One was him just being kind of the ball booted at him and ended up going in. But his other one against Forest was quality. (1-0), and it stays 1-0. But I think, Jesus Christ, goal minute 7 minutes and 32 seconds. It's now 11 minutes and 15 seconds, and that's how long the VAR took. So that's a 4 minute added time. Anton Stack's having to be allowed back onto the pitch here because I think he went down with a slight head injury. Let him back onto the pitch. He's our most physical midfielder, please. Now a ball into the box from Villa. Cleared not convincingly by Strauch. Shot from McGinn. And it's going to be a handball against Leeds here, outside the penalty area. Now, Buendia scored a beautiful free kick last time out for them. It was a handball by Longstaff, to be fair. Nah, when you actually see it back, his hand is up here by his chest. You can't have that, and it's got to be a handball. If his hands are down by his sides in a natural position, then fine. But he had his hand up here by his chest, so... Got Luca Digne, John McGinn, and Emi Buendia are the ones stood over this free kick. We will, though, Mick, won't we? That's just not the rules, though, anymore, Clive, unfortunately. Doesn't matter if it's close to your body. The rule is an unnatural position. And his hand was up here, out by his chest, and he tried to move it out of the way, but it hit him, so... Okay, so McGinn's run away, so it's Buendia and Digne who are stood over. It's over on the right-hand side of the box. So probably more ideal for a lefty, but still not without the possibility of Buendia, who over the wall, over the goal. Thank God for that, because he scored an absolute belter the other week. Well, it's a positive thing that we've been going 1-up in games. What's that got to do with anything, Oliver Gamez? Here's Ampadu. Now Anton Stack picking up a bit of a left-back position here. Now Strauch. Now Stack. Strauch now. Strauch looking forward here. Plays the ball back out to Stack over in the left-back position. Again, Stack looks up, but they're so well adjusted, Villa, that it's hard to play through them at times. So you do end up having to go back. Oh, wow. Unlucky. It's a really, really good ball out to the wing there. And Bogle brings it down lovely, but it just rolls out of play, and it's going to be a Digne throw-in. Good tackle by Sean Longstaff there, but the ref doesn't think so. I think that was a perfectly good challenge. I think it was Strauch who played that ball, wasn't it? I was looking at chat when the ball was in the air. Here's Konza. Good tackle in there by Okafor, forcing them back. Good bit of pressing here by Leeds, forcing them all the way back to Emi Martinez, who is just going to have to send that one long. Good challenge there by Rodon. Oh no, apparently not. It's going to be another free kick to Villa. Watkins is number 11, but because of the little extra section on it, it looks like he's 77. I feel like they should just do straight lines so that there's never any confusion. Here's Kamara. Now McGinn. Pau Torres. One back there. Here's Brendan Aronson. Now Ethan Ampadu. Bogle. Villa players still down here. Emi Buendia. Just carry on playing. He's like... Here's Aronson. Aronson's still going here, but surely that was a foul. But he's got it from a good tackle by Bogle there. Here's Anton Stack. Stack now pushed over. And now it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. Sarcastic cheers go around from... from the Leeds United supporters. Longstaff then with a free kick. Similar situation before, but a lot deeper. And he's going to try and put the ball into the box now for another Leeds United goal, if we can get on the end of it. Longstaff then with the delivery. Deep towards the back of the box. Headed back across by Joe Rodon. Caught though by Emi Martinez. Here's Pau Torres. I always liked Pau Torres when he was at Villarreal. He was a mainstay of Unai Emery's side. When they won the Europa League, and I watched that game and I enjoyed it because they beat Scum on penalties. Here's Martinez. What's my prediction for Arsenal versus Spurs? 2-1 to Arsenal. Here's Martinez. Carried forward here by Pau Torres. Long ball down the line, headed away by Rodon. Now Now Bogle. Leeds have won the ball back. Here's Aronson. Now Metcher holds it up for Stack. A good tackle, though, by Villa. And now they've won the ball back. Ball through towards Ollie Watkins. Great challenge there by Joe Rodon. It's a really good ball, and Watkins looked like he was in behind there. It's a really good bit of defending that by Joe Rodon. Good little flick there from Metcher, but Okafor was being held there. The referee's not giving anything. Now Watkins is offside, and it's going to be a Leeds free kick. Oh, Anton Stack is still feeling the effects of something from earlier in the game, I think, there. Yeah, I think it might be Watkins that played Goodmanson onside for his pass back across for the goal. Thank you, Mr. Robert Wetzel, with the $5 super chat. I'm committing to $5 per Leeds goal today. Made me regret that. I hope you do regret that, because I hope Leeds absolutely batter Villa today. It would be amazing for us to build our confidence like that. And I like $5. So thank you very, very much for the super chat, Mr. Robert. So we're still waiting on Anton Stack here. There's going to be a lot of minutes added onto this first half. So Al Tanaka is coming on for Anton Stack. Oh, I never saw that at the time, but for the goal, Stack fell from like his full height of about 6'4" and landed head first onto Emi Buendia's boot. So Al Tanaka comes on for Leeds United. Tanaka getting a good reception as he heads out onto the pitch there. Back underway again here. Here's Ampadu. Aronson. Rodon. Bogle with a little ball forward. That's a fantastic ball. Metcher can get on the end of it. Metcher in the box here. Tries to play it back across, and Aronson hits the side netting. This is better from Leeds. Much better. Honestly, it's home games. It's a really good ball from Bogle. Just sweeps it round the corner with his left foot for Metcher. Metcher manages to get it across to Aronson. Aronson just can't quite turn it goalward. He hits the side netting in the end. It's actually, yeah, it should have been a corner kick that for Leeds. It's going to be given as a goal kick. So if you saw my tactical preview, you see that sometimes they actually drop like 6 players back when they're when they're going for a kickoff, and they want you to press them. So they build up with 6 players at the back, 4 players up front essentially, and they want you to press them so that they can quickly play the ball forward and bypass your press, get rid of half your team basically in the build-up. But if you're good enough and if you're quick enough, you can stop them doing that, and we seem to have been doing it well so far. Here's Bogle. Bogle's done really well there, gets the ball to Longstaff. Longstaff tries to play it back to Bogle again, but it's gone out for a throw into Villa there. I know that Tanaka's name is spelled AO, but that's not how you say it. So I've never that chant of AO, let's go, has never. A, it comes from a bloody advert, and B, his name's Ow, so it's not Ow, let's go, unless you're from Birmingham. So some of the Villa fans might be singing Ow, let's go. But it doesn't. The chant doesn't work. Here's Longstaff. Good tackle by Ampadu there. Ball's made its way through to Okafor here, who's got a bit of a run down the left-hand side. Konza up against him here. He's looking for a pass. Okafor tries to play it to Tanaka. In the end, it was like he ran out of options there. Nobody gave him enough movement ahead of him. Yeah, you say it, ow. So... yeah, well, that's... oh, Rodon's managed to win that header. Well, Watkins has got the ball in the box here, just on the corner, being forced out. Good tackle there by Aronson in the end. Clears it. Longstaff. Wrong decision there, and now Villa have got the ball back. Here's Yuri Tielemans. Pops that across to Kamara. Oh, Okafor just tried to win it back. Oh, that was a really good cross into the box by Matty Cash there, and Watkins could have been in to score the header, but it was a very good bit of defending there from Joe Rodon again. You can see him watching the runner the whole time. Perry then with the clearance. Chested down by Kamara. Given away though, and Leeds can't keep hold of it after that sliding challenge from Metcha. Digne. Ball cut out there by Joe Rodon. Here's Ampadu. I like Ampadu, but I do think sometimes that obviously Stack's now gone off injured in this game, but I wouldn't mind at some point trying drop in Ampadu, try and stack as the DM with Longstaff and Tanaka ahead of him, because I think sometimes he's a little bit... he's not willing to go forward enough for me at times. He looks up and he always thinks, nah, it's not worth it, not worth the risk. I think he does it far too much. Perry now with the ball. Here's Strauch. Ball forward towards Okafor, but it's gone out of play there. It's going to be a throw-in for Aston Villa. I don't think it is necessarily the instruction, Clive, though, because I think you can, if it was the instruction to always go sideways and backwards for the DM, then he was never going to be looking up for a pass, is he? He's never going to be looking forward. So I think the fact that he's always trying to look and he's trying to see if he can see anything that he can pass to forward means that he's looking for it, but he just kind of never does it. Because see, Bogle's already got loads of blood in his sock. But I don't know if it was from this challenge or Another one. But Bogle, yeah, just took a big whack there, but he's got blood dripping down his leg. What a signing Bogle was, by the way, for £5 million, and the way that he played during the Championship, and he's still really good in the Premier League. Metcha with the winner there. Oh, come on. You can't win a header as a striker anymore, can you not? Here's Tielemans. Free kick taken quickly. Now Cash. Konza. Well, flicked ball forward there from Konza. Okafor clears that one. Metcha tries to flick it to Tanaka. Tanaka can't quite keep it. Again, Leeds force them all the way back to Pau Torres. He's always looking forward, Bogle, and his defending has improved so much. I think it's a throw-in to Villa there, but Leeds are saying, how on earth could that be a throw-in to them? Oh no, it's a Leeds throw-in, it's just that Leeds thought they were offside. You thought he was 10 million? No, Piru was 10 million. Bogle was 5 million, I think. That's going to be another throw into Leeds in the exact same position after a few little bouncing balls. Bogle then to take a long throw in down the line. Headed by Ampadu, back and then away again by Rodon. Now another throw into Leeds. Bogle with another long throw in forward, headed away by Digne. Now Bogle himself just misses the ball there. It's a really good turn there by Morgan Rogers. Tanaka's done so well, though, there. McGinn just scored from the edge of the box, but it was already... the whistle had already gone. Such a good turn by Rogers there, but Tanaka's work to get the ball back was unbelievable. For some reason, Jed Spence is now really good for Spurs, but like, we saw bits of him being good for Leeds, but I don't know. Like, Farke's just like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not having you. Ampadu, Tanaka, back to Ampadu again. Good ball there from Ampadu into Longstaff. Longstaff with the ball down the line to Okafor. Oh no, it wasn't Okafor, it was Goodmanson, but it's just been cut out and now Villa are trying to come forward. One back post by Strauch though, and Leeds can come forward again. Here's Bogle charging forward down the right-hand side. He's made up some good ground here. No one's got in close enough to him. Bogle still going here. Oh, McGinn still trying to win it though. Tielemans into Kamara. And now Villa come away with it. Ball to the right back here, Matty Cash, but good challenge there by Noah Okafor. Here's Gabriel Goodmanson. Charging forward down that left-hand side, Goodmanson. Still going past Kamara. He's into the box here, Goodmanson. Plays it across to Metcha. Really good cut out there by Pau Torres. Leeds really putting on the pressure here. Cash. Leeds have won the ball back again. In the box. Here's Goodmanson, and the referee's blown because he's corrupt. Allegedly. I can't believe the ref just blew then. Goodmanson is so good at those marauding runs. Gets the ball across. Pau Torres just cuts it out, and then because of the pressure we put on, they didn't know what to do with it. It's a really good challenge by Pau Torres to cut that out. Villa trying to play the ball away from the back here. Good challenge, though. Here's Ampadu. Now Aronson. Oh, Aronson, come on. You've got to just play a simple pass early there. Leeds have won the ball back again, but now another long ball. Good. That's a really good cut out by Longstaff, because Leeds would have been caught out then. And now Leeds have won a free kick on the halfway line. It's very scrappy in this game. Here's Rodon. Now Ampadu. How can Emery be frustrated about decisions not going for his team when so many have not gone for us? I think the referee's been equally crap for both sides. Here's Strauch. Now Okafor. Up against Matty Cash. Okafor still going here. Okafor still going here. Tries to cross the ball across the box. Metcher's there at the back post and it bounces over everyone. Here's Bogle and he can't quite keep the ball in play. And it's going to be a goal kick here. But again, Leeds keep trying that and you keep getting the ball in the box from good areas. We look so much better than we have previously. I mean, Lucadinha did have a hold of Metcher. Here's Pau Torres. Missed there by... That's going to be a foul by McGinn on Tanaka, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. Yeah, hopefully with how frustrated they're getting, it makes a difference to their performance and they start to fall apart a little bit. I think if we get a second goal before half-time, their head's gone. And we're looking like we're pushing for it. At the rate that he's scoring, Metcher is on for about 9 goals this season. Here's Tanaka. Back to Strauch. All the way back to Perry. Perry's going to have to left-footed not send it very far at all. But again, eventually Longstaff can head that one away and then Goodmanson flicks it on once more. Okafor doing so well to hold the ball here against Cash. Goodmanson. Back to Strauch and then a clearance down the line has gone out by Strauch. I think Goodmanson's our best signing, you know. I really like what I see from Okafor as well. For a newly promoted side, signing Okafor is a really good deal, I think. I'd like to see more of Dan James rather than Aronson. I think every time Dan James comes on instead of Aronson, he always looks good. He always looks lively. He always gets a couple of shots off, a couple of crosses into the box. So I would like to see Dan James. There's also rumours about Nonto being sold in January, but I want to see Nonto get more games. Especially for 7 million as well, Smith Art. 7 million when you look at the quality of the player. Here's Okafor down the left-hand side trying to go past Matty Cash. Oh, he's won Leeds a corner though. Ooh, Okafor accidentally stood on Cash's hand there. All the Leeds fans are chanting, he's had enough. He's had enough. Rodon's got on the end of more attacking corners than anyone else in the Premier League this season, other than... Oh, Aronson straight at the goalkeeper from the edge of the box. Unlucky. It made it through the whole crowd. Rodon's got on the end of more headers than anyone else in the Premier League this season from corners, other than Erling Haaland. Come on, Leeds. This is the kind of performance you had to put in. Yeah, the cross comes into the box. Headed away, and then Aronson strikes it from the edge of the box. Not a bad strike, you know, but Emi Martinez gets on the end of it. He's lucky, Martinez, because if Aronson had got that more accurate, that would have been a goal there. Either side of the goalkeeper, and he's not reacting to it in time. Buendia doesn't manage to keep that. Well, sorry, he does manage to keep it in, but Leeds managed to come away with the ball. Here's Aronson with the ball forward towards Mecha. Gets a shoulder on it, but eventually slides into touch. The only problem is, though, Robert, it was straight at him, wasn't it? Either side, and it's going in because of the reaction time you'd have to see it through a crowd of players. But because it was straight at him, he managed to get it. Here's Buendia. But another free kick. Bloody hell. Honestly, the amount of free kicks in this game. Bogle. Bogle's getting himself a yellow card for that. Oh no, Longstaff is. Oh no, maybe it was Bogle. It's hard to tell. I think it's Bogle who's got himself a yellow card. But I don't think there's much in that, you know. Yeah, I like Mecha. From the first time I saw him, I liked him. And I think he's better than Calvert-Lewin. Short free kick then. McGinn tries to whip it into the box. Headed away by Rodon. Now Goodmanson up against Digne, trying to keep the ball away from him. The two left backs. That's going to be a Leeds goal kick. Well done, Goodmanson. I think we're playing well in this game, and I think we're more up for it. We're more switched on. We're more alive to things. We look like we want to go forward more. It's a good performance so far. But, as ever, being 1-0 up is a dangerous place. Ampadu wins the first header and then loses the second one. But Meyers Mecha trying to hold the ball up here against Pau Torres. Pau Torres has pulled him down there, and if the ref doesn't give that one, what on earth is the ref doing? If he's giving all the other free kicks and he doesn't see that Pau Torres has an arm round Mecha's neck and pulls him to the ground, then, like, what else can you possibly ask for? That's going to go all the way out for... Oh, no, it's going to go all the way back to Emi Martinez. Here's Pau Torres. Pau Torres' ball's going to roll straight out for a Leeds throw-in. Headed by Digne, kept in by Buendia. Really good turn by Morgan Rogers. Played across towards McGinn here. And Kamara chips it into the box towards Matty Cash, who shoots wide of the post. First promising attack they've really had this half, other than some of the ones that Leeds really cut out well earlier. Yeah, just wide of the post. And I think if he had have shot there, I think Perry probably has it covered. I reckon it's going to be about 5 or 6 minutes added on to this first half, you know. Perry with a absolute boomer forward. Okafor with a great pass there. Oh, tackled though, Mecha. Here's Tanaka. Now Longstaff. Welcome, Chewy. Thanks for being a member for 21 months and no problem about being late. Oh. Here is Goodmanson. Now Ampadu. Down the line here towards Gabriel Goodmanson. Looking to try and get the ball in the box, and there's nobody in there. And it's going to stay at... It's going to be a throw-in corner? Can't tell. Woo! 6 minutes added on. Six minutes was the last amount of added time that we got on a game as well, because it was automatically programmed into my thing, so it must have been what I already had it as. Here's Digne playing the ball forward into Watkins. Now Watkins over to the other side for Morgan Rogers, who shoots, blocked by Goodmanson. Now Kamara to the edge of the box for Watkins, who shoots, curls it round the post. That really looked like it was going in there. That really looked like it was going in. They're having a little bit of a resurgence at the end of this first half. Yeah, there was a lot of whip on that. That could have easily found its way into the top corner there from Watkins. Ooh. I don't think Perry had it covered. Long ball forward then from Perry up towards Mecha. Oh, it's a foul apparently because Tielemans pretended to be pushed forward. Here's Pau Torres. Now Konza. John McGinn. Back again to Torres. Now Buendia. Ball forward cut out by Tanaka. Tanaka's a bit late on that challenge and he's going to get himself a yellow card, I think. Why doesn't the referee Rob Jones just get a slightly bigger shirt instead of wearing a skin-tight one? Like, it looks like he's wearing cycling lycra. Yeah, just misses out on that one, Tanaka. It's a yellow card. First yellow card of the season for Tanaka, that one. Long ball forward into the box, headed away by Leeds. So had to go ball away back to the taker, Tielemans, who plays the ball forward. Goodmanson manages to get ahead on that just before whoever that was got in behind him. I think it was Mateus Cash. So Luca Digne then with the corner. Corner about to come in. Ball whipped into the box. Headed away by Mecha and then booted away by Tanaka. Good clearance from him. Clearance by... Oh, Okafor, can he keep that one going? Oh, he just loses out. Unlucky there. The bounce just did him as he tried to get on the end of it. Leeds could have had a bit of a counter attack on there, but here is Morgan Rogers. Cuts inside, looking for a pass. Cut out by Tanaka, then Longstaff. Now Metcher. Here's Aronson. Back to Tanaka here. He needs options. Tripped and wins himself a free kick there. Yeah, why wasn't that a yellow card? If Tielemans stopped a counter attack, then why wasn't it a yellow card? Longstaff then round on the halfway line, just knocking that one forward towards the box. I mean, Martinez is always going to catch that one. Just offered him too much of it. Here's Tielemans. Long ball forward, cut out there by Bogle. Now Pau Torres heads that one to Digne. Here's Tielemans. Plays across to Kamara now on the halfway line. Kamara tries to play a long ball towards Watkins. Oh, good tackle there by Gabriel Goodmanson. And then Ampadu plays it wide here to Tanaka. Tanaka with the ball down the line here now to Metcher. He's got Okafor going beyond him, but gives it back to Tanaka out on the left wing. Here is Tanaka. Still carrying the ball, but he's been tackled, but it's gone straight back to Metcher. Now Ampadu. We're now into the 7th minute of this added time for this first half, so ideally get the ball in the box as fast as possible. Here's Okafor, and he does so. Ball towards the back post, caught by the goalkeeper. Surely that's going to be half-time. Nope, we're still going apparently, according to this referee. Good tackle by Tanaka. Oh, just as Leeds are about to go forwards again. It's like he waited for Villa to have a counter-attack when it didn't work and Leeds are about to go back at them. He called the half. Anyway, very good first half. I'm going to go and fill my water bottle and things like that, and I'll be back very, very shortly for the beginning of the second half. Let me know what you thought of that first half in the comments, and we'll discuss it in just a second. Let's go second half, reset, 45, turn that off. There we go. 1-0 to Leeds at half-time. And I'll be back very, very shortly. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. Let's go back to where we finished off at half-time. Yeah, with Chewie's terrible Sycra joke. Referee needs to borrow a bigger Villa shirt at half-time. Clive saying one of the best halves of the season. Yeah, let's hope we carry it on for the rest of the game. And that we don't just try and settle for 1-0. Very little organising anything. Yeah, but there was a lot of scrappiness going on in the midfield, wasn't there? A lot of like loose balls and tackles flying and stuff. But when we did attack with decent kind of verve, we came up with shots on target and attacks, good attacks. So there's definitely a positive thing. Come on, people, hit the like button. And also, if you're new here and you haven't already... Oh, it's hidden behind Chewie's thing. There we go. Hit the subscribe button as well. And of course, as well, remember that my Etsy store, if you use code Christmas25, everything is 15% off. The link is in the description down below. I think that link that I've used maybe auto applies it. If it doesn't, just use the code Christmas25 to get 15% off all of the items on the store. There's a Tanaka, Strauch, Stack, Rodon, Piru, Okafor, Metcher, Longstaff, James, Goodmanson, Nonto, Calvert-Lewin, Bogle, Biol, Ampadu and Aronson shirts available as a print, an A4 print of the back of the shirt, essentially. And there's also some other more kind of like art style prints as well on there as well. So if you're looking for a Christmas present and you want to help me out as well, check out that down below. Good performance, Leeds. Keep it up in the second half. No easy note. Go for the kill. Yeah, if we can get a second one and then you go, okay, well, maybe now I accept us backing off a little bit. This performance shows we're not a bad side, so all this worst team in the league and certainties to go down stuff is nonsense. Absolutely. And as well, I still think like we didn't sign somebody who... We didn't sign an out-and-out like creative 10, and we also didn't sign a proper... marquee signing striker, and I think they were two of the most important things for us to do in the summer, and we didn't do it, and we're still doing fairly well. That brings us on to Chewie's super chat. Thank you so much, Chewie, for the super chat there. Let me actually go and like that as well. Thank you so much for the super chat. We are now 2 out of 5 on the teal super chats. So thank you so much, everybody who has left one so far and who might leave one in the rest of the stream. We're far from being hopeless. Good foundations with the early goal. Please don't let us sit back now. We need to press our advantage. Absolutely, Shelley. Agree on that one. Villa will come at us. We need to keep up the press and the determination. Yeah. What is this? New bloody advert for bloody horrible billionaires. If anybody is vaguely interested, Paddy and Coops played for Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday, respectively, earlier. It's weird with Patrick Bamford because, well, I suppose, actually, it's not. I was going to say because you don't necessarily always just, like, go home, do you? Like, I live, like, 3 hours away from where I'm from. But I was thinking that obviously Patrick Bamford's from like Nottingham, isn't he? So I thought he might go down there and play for a more Midlandsy side. But he lives in Leeds, doesn't he, or around Leeds? So it's probably easier for him to just move somewhere like Sheffield United. What I will say is looks to be some substitutions here from the Villa lineup. It looks like It looks like Ian Matson is coming on, potentially for Luca Digne. I will just double check before I change that. I'd imagine that's what's going to happen here. And it also looks like Daniel Marlon is going to be coming on as well, who's a little bit more of a pacey in-behind threat than somebody like McGinn has been, unless he's taking off Watkins and putting on Marlon up front. Oh, I didn't realise that Thierry Henry was in the studio as well. The Leeds coming back out onto the pitch, I imagine unchanged. So Ian Matson and Daniel Marlon are coming on. So 22 is... So, Buendia is... So it is Digne for Matson. Digne... And then Marlon for Buendia. Marlon, we are off, by the way. So that is the Villa lineup at the moment. Oh, and for some reason it hasn't bloody started the timer. Good ball into the box there, but nothing on the end of it. Yeah, there's a good ball into the box there from McGinn, but no one on the end of it. There we go, that's the right time. Here we go. We're all sorted now. Let's throw in there to Leeds. Bogle to take it. I actually think the half-time whistle came at quite a good time for Leeds, because I think Villa were starting to come back into it. Yeah, no, CB, because they're the only ones who've made substitutes, so I've left them on the screen so that people can see what substitutes they've made. Leeds lineup will be on the screen for basically the whole stream, so I may as well actually use the Villa lineup if I've done it. Here's Konza. That's a foul by Goodmanson then, as he just holds on to McGinn. Kamara back into McGinn's feet from the short free kick. Ball down the line here for Cash. Cash looking to get the ball in the box here. Here's Marlon, the substitute, who puts it across the box, and it's 1-1. 2 minutes into the second half and it's 1-1. And it's Daniel Marlon. Whips the ball into the box. Rodgers gets on the end of it. Past the goalkeeper. 1-1. For God's sake. Honestly, it's instant. Couple of substitutes and just instantly we concede. Marlon's just completely unmarked there. I don't know how he's finished that. It's a really good finish, but Hi, Mr. P. We didn't even have a chance to sit back yet. It's only just kicked off for the second half and we're 1-1. He won't bring Dan James on. He likes to give new instruction at halftime before making changes. Here's Tanaka. Now Longstaff into Aronson. Ball out wide to Bogle now. Matson's come out to challenge him. Bogle still going. Ball into Longstaff. Now Aronson tries to play it across the box. Now Longstaff absolutely spoons that shot. And eventually Villa come away with it. Shocking shot there. Here's Morgan Rogers. Plays a ball out wide now to Ollie Watkins on the wing. Watkins going past Rodon. Rodon still getting a block in there, but the ball comes in and headed away by Strauch. Only to the edge of the box for Kamara. Good challenge by Longstaff, and eventually Strauch is able to clear it. Only as far as Aronson, and Bogle clears it again. Now Metcher's going to try and chase that one down, but it's cleared away again by Villa. Here's Tanaka. Good ball out wide now to Aronson. Aronson still going here. Aronson shoots. It's blocked on the edge of the box there by Konza. Aronson had a really good run there. Leeds pick up the ball again, though. It's chaotic, this game. Here's Ampadu with the ball out wide to Okafor. Okafor up against Cash, who he's had the better of throughout the first half. Here's Okafor. Over to Longstaff. Shoots! Spoons it into the crowd. Come on, get your head over the ball. Longstaff, he just absolutely slices that. You've got to get your head over it. Hard and low. Come on, Leeds. Come on. Here's Lucas Perry. Clears that one. Now Konza. Pau Torres. Kamara. Were Leeds interested in Boubacar Kamara at one point? I'm sure we were. Under Bielsa. Here's Bogle. I think he was at Marseille, wasn't he, Boubacar Kamara? And I think Villa and Leeds were in for him. I think Aronson just, he should have passed it at the end of that run. And he shot instead, and it just wasn't a good idea to shoot from there. Here's Goodmanson. Now Okafor. There's a challenge by John McGinn's been penalised, and it's going to be a free kick to Goodmanson here. Here's Ampadu. Ball down the line here by Bogle towards Metcher, who's holding it up really well. Feels like he was pulled over in the end, and eventually Pau Torres clears it. Picked up by Strauch, though. Now Tanaka. Ampadu. Tanaka again. Come on, Leeds. Let's have something here. He's at Aronson. Goodmanson. Goodmanson fouled there, again by McGinn. Surely to God, cumulative fouls. He's got to get a yellow card. Oh, I think he does. He's finally got a yellow card. Yeah, he just kicks him and trips him over there. Yeah, it's never a penalty when Metcher fell over a minute ago. Oh, I've accidentally pulled out a hair. Free kick to Leeds then. Another chance to get the ball in towards the back post, where you could have players like Metcher, Rodon, Longstaff on the end of it. Oh, no, actually, no, sorry, Longstaff will be taking it. Metcher, Rodon, Strauch. All waiting at the back post for this in-swinging cross. Longstaff then. Good ball towards the back post, headed away, but only as far as Aronson, whose touch is shocking. And now Villa come forward with Ian Matson, but picked off by Ampadu there well. Now Joe Rodon. Ball down the line here for Aronson. Aronson, stop losing the ball. Just give it a 5-yard pass. Good tackle there by Longstaff. Here's Okafor. Ball into Metcher on the edge of the box. Metcher, ball bobbling around. Eventually bobbles out to John McGinn. So lucky for Villa. Good tackle by Tanaka there, but he's still going here. Here's Rodgers. Charging forward. He's got Watkins outside him. Coming towards the edge of the box now. Watkins shoots. Good save by Perry. And then, wow, a good save by Perry that he spilled. Strauch passed it back to him whilst he was on the floor and he had to just stand up and boot it. Bit of panic created in the back line there, but... Perry did well with what Strauch did to him there. Strauch should have just hoofed it for the crowd. Here's Kamara. Good interception there by Tanaka. Now Goodmanson. Clearance down the line, only as far as Kamara, who's shouldered that back towards Pau Torres. Now Konza. Ball forward again from Tielemans. Heavy touch by Rodgers, but no one's closed it down. And then Goodmanson's done well there to win that ball back. But his clearance is blocked by Rodgers, who's brought the ball down nicely. And then Ampadu wins it back, but it's going to be a Villa corner. It's end to end this. It's end to end this game. If you haven't liked the stream already, like the stream. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. John McGinn then to take this corner for Villa. McGinn with a cross into the box. Headed away at the front post by Lucas Metcher. Now Matty Cash. Sorry, that wasn't Metcher, it was Okafor. Got the same colour boots. Shots from the edge of the box from Matson is blocked there by Leeds. Backwards header there, and then eventually a clearance by Longstaff. But Villa are piling on the pressure here. Come on, Leeds. If Leeds can get out of one of these situations and have a counter-attack up the pitch, I mean, having someone like Dan James massively helps you on the counter-attack, and we just don't have him on the pitch. Here's Matty Cash. Ball out wide here to John McGinn. McGinn. Back to Cash again. Now McGinn again. Cross into the box. Away by Ampadu. It's going to be another corner, though, to Villa. If we can weather this storm and go into the last kind of half an hour with it level, we've always got a chance. Cross into the box. Good contact on it there by Konza, I think, and Perry manages to just catch that in the end. But now Leeds might have a break on here. Here's Bogle charging forwards. He's got Aronson ahead of him, who he gives it to. Here's Aronson, cuts inside, looking for a pass here. Oh, Aronson's been tackled, man. Keep your wits about you whilst you've got the ball, and now they're coming forward on the counter-attack. Aronson needs to come off. Here's Watkins. Still got the ball here, Watkins. Back to Tielemans. Now Rodgers, free in the box. Tries to play it across, blocked by Rodon. Now Bogle. Ball down the line there for Metcher to chase. And Metcher's going to get there against his opposite number, Pau Torres. Here's Metcher. Does well there to get the ball back to Bogle. Now Tanaka. Options. Tanaka plays the ball to Okafor. Okafor's absolutely skinned Cash, but then he's gone back again. And now he's been tackled by Cash. He should have just gone once he took it past him the first time. Goodmanson goes in for a tackle. Nothing given as it looked like it might have been a foul, but here's Okafor. Now Longstaff. Now Tanaka. Aronson on the edge. Back to Bogle. Bogle's got a man on his back. Needs to be careful. Here's Aronson. Gets it back to Rodon. Now Strauch. And Rodon and Strauch have stepped up a little bit here. Here's Tanaka. Longstaff out wide to Aronson. Do something with it. His cross is just going to go out for a corner kick to Leeds. Surely that's going to be a corner kick to Leeds. It's been given as a goal kick. Or has it been... Oh, it's offside. Bogle was offside, but he had nothing to do with the ball, so... Bring Dan James on, for God's sake. Anyone can see that. Anyone can see that that's the right thing to do. Here's Cash. Now Konza. Martinez. Konza now. Kamara switches the play out wide to Ian Matson. Tielemans back into Kamara. His great tackle there against Konza there from Ampadu, who Konza had charged forward, and now they've only got one centre-back, and Metch is doing well there to hold up the ball. Gives the ball back there to Gabriel Goodmanson. Now Pau Torres is out of position. He's going to have to try and go and get back in. Tanaka. Out wide here to Okafor. Okafor's shown too much of that to Mateus Cascio. And he's managed to get the ball to Kamara in the end. Marlon. Into Rogers. Tries to get the ball back to Marlon, and he does. Good tackle by Ampadu there. And eventually Tanaka and Ampadu and eventually Longstaff get the ball off Marlon. Here's Tanaka. Tanaka with really good feet in there. Give the ball back to Strauch. Now, Bogle. Strauch. Here is Longstaff. Now Bogle. Bogle with the ball into the box. It's cut out there. And now Villa can come forward. Ampadu's tripped him to win himself a yellow card there. Welcome, Ruggie. Yeah, Ampadu just tripped him over on purpose there. You can see that this game's turning around completely. Just put your boot back on Tielemans, for God's sake. Get on with it. I forgot about Onana. No Amadou Onana for them. Rodon's one of our best players. Thank you, Mr. Pete, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. For the winning Leeds goal/goals. I hope so. I mean, if we score first, there's a very good chance we can go on and do something in this game. But if they score first, I think that's it for us. Ooh, Leeds have won the ball back here. Mecha fouled by Tau Torres apparently, but no, nothing given by the referee, and then it's been given against Leeds. Honestly, this referee is absolutely shocking. He stamped right on Mecha's foot there, and then eventually it was a bloody free kick to them. Here's Cash. Strout cuts that one out from Rodgers. Now Longstaff, Ampadu. Out wide to Tanaka, who's picked up a good position. Actually, no, sorry, that's Aronson. Now Bogle with the ball down the line towards Mecha. Mecha's still trying to win it back off Konza, but no, here comes Tielemans. Definitely been a switch in domination. And look, do you know what? This is really starting to annoy me because I said this in the Forest match reaction. Anyone can see when the game's starting to get away from you, and it's happening. So bring on your substitutes to try and change the game. Do it now before they score a second goal. Bring on Dan James. I don't know who else we've even got because we've already done the stack for Tanaka sub. Here's Strauch. Now Goodmanson. Okafor tries to play a ball forward. Aronson is going to be able to get on the end of it, though. Aronson's in behind here. He needs options, though. Are you taking the pace? Let the attack play out. Aronson was onside. Aronson's onside. And you're supposed to let it play out because Aronson and Mecha were onside then. Kamara was playing them on. You can't blow the whistle. You have to let it play out so that the VAR can intervene if it has to, because Kamara was playing Aronson onside then for that attack. Ball into Marlon's feet up front here. Marlon to John McGinn. McGinn shoots, curls it over the bar there. I don't think you understand football then, Coco, because who you're replacing them with? An injured Sebastian Bornau, who can't play, and what? So Jacobiol on his own then is going to be our centre-back. And then also, you've got to think about we're a newly promoted side, so we're always going to concede a load of goals. That's what happens. Yeah, Sancho and Barkley have just come on, by the way. Here's Longstaff. Now Bogle. Longstaff. Anyone can see that Dan James is the substitute to make at this time. Another hopeful ball down the line towards Lucas Mecha, and Martinez is just easily able to pass that to Konza. Here's Marlon. You can't tell me that was an automated offside as well, by the way, because I could see that Aronson was onside. Here's Cash. Now Konza. Tielemans. Barkley plays that one all the way back to Pau Torres. Now back down the line. They're playing fluid football here. Here's Matson. Good tackle there by Jayden Bogle. That's really good play from him. But nobody's watching Rodgers. And now they've dropped it off. Good block there by Rodon. Konza plays it over here to Pau Torres. Now Sancho. Ball towards the box here for Marlon, who brings it down with his chest and then goes to shoot just past the post. Yeah, we are allowing them more and more shots in this second half. It's the 70th minute now and we haven't made a sub. Dan James is coming on. And Calvert-Lewin's coming on. Tanaka's coming off. What? No, actually, I think Tanaka's might be just getting instructions. So Metcha's off for Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, Tanaka for James. James will go. That means Aronson will go into the center of midfield. But why? Tanaka's been so much better. Maybe it's it's a more attacking decision, but Aronson keeps losing the ball. Come on, Dan James. Put a shift in. Calvert-Lewin closing down. Konza gets a block in there. Longstaff tries to get it into the feet of Dan James. Kamara's got so lucky there. That's going to be a throw-in to Villa. Tanaka is on a yellow, yeah, but still. Sometimes you can trust players like Tanaka to last the rest of the game. Dan James has done really well there to get the ball to Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin carrying it forward now. Goes to shoot from way, way out there. Aronson's done well to get the ball back. Now Ampadu. Longstaff. Goodmanson. Okafor out on the left. He tries to play it back to Goodmanson, but it's cut out by Cash, but it's going to be a Leeds throw-in. Yeah, exactly, Chewy. But that's what I think his thinking will be. Ampadu then is going to attempt to take a long throw-in into the box. See, it's selfish, isn't it, of Villa to sign somebody like Evan Gesand, who barely gets a game, when he would have been our starting striker. Long throw into the box, bouncing around. Rodgers is going to be able to... he was going to be able to clear that away, but he's been complacent there, and Ampadu has won the ball off him, and then it's not a foul, apparently, even though Morgan Rodgers pulled him to the ground. I mean, Rodon's come charging out the back line. He better get back in position. Matson. Back to Tielemans. Goodmanson slipped there. That's going to be a foul on the edge of the box by Strauch. Not a penalty. I don't know what Goodmanson was doing there. It's a free kick for Villa just outside the box. Yeah, just outside the box there from Strauch. Villa have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 players stood around this free kick. It's going to be difficult to get the ball up and over the wall, but if they can get it up and over the wall, there's no chance that Perry will save it if it's accurate. I think he's just going to leather it here, Morgan Rogers. Or he's going to lay it off here for Ross Barkley to strike it into that gap, and I think Leeds aren't aware of it. Shoots. Yeah, it's 2-1. For God's sake, like, come on. It's so crap getting promoted to the Premier League. You spend £100 million and you still can't compete. It's ridiculous. I think he's just gone and high-fived the set-piece coaches. I don't even know. That was such a weird goal. I don't even know how it went in. It's a knuckleball. No, he's knuckleballed it. It looks like it's going one way and then it just flicks in the other direction. Here's Strauch. Now Rodon. Ball over the top here for Dan James. Dan James is in behind. He scored! We're back on terms! Why do you not bring on Dan James half an hour ago? Jesus. Bring him on at half time. Just get him on the pitch. There's question over whether it was onside or not. We'll see. If it gets ruled out, then just like, what are we meant to do? Right, so the ball comes over the top. Dan James is... It's very close. Let's have a look. It comes across the box. Calvert-Lewin handballed it into the goal, everyone. So Calvert-Lewin handballed it into the goal. So let's remove that goal. It's not even been taken away yet, but it will be. So it literally hit his hand. You could tell he felt guilty because he just fell to the ground. He fell to the ground after it hit him. He fell to the ground in guilt as soon as it hit him to try and hide his hands. Yeah, he handballed it into the back of the net. What do you mean it's a nonsense rule? He literally handballed it into the net. Like, it's his fault. He's an idiot. I don't know what he's doing. He handballed it into the back of the net. Oh, look, Willie Nonto's coming on. I forgot he existed. Willie Nonto's on. And Aronson at last is off. For Joël Pirou. Here's Joël Pirou trying to run in behind here. It's going to be giving us an offside. Mr. P, it was on the replay. Like, I'm watching the replay now. Look at the replay that's on the screen right now. You can see he handballs it into the net. Come on. We are deluded if we say that that wasn't a handball. Here's Calvert-Lewin trying to win that one back. Look, Mecha just scores that and doesn't do it with his hand, I reckon, so should have kept him on. Here's Longstaff. Now Bogle. Great ball. Oh, thought it was a great ball towards Dan James, but Pau Torres has read it. Here's Strauch. Honestly, just trust me. If you watch it again, you'll see it was clearly a handball. Here's Goodmanson. Now Nonto. Ampadu. Longstaff. Nonto fouled there, and it's going to be a free kick to Leeds. They just make things up sometimes. Sutton saying, oh, careless one to give away, especially with Longstaff and his delivery. When has Longstaff ever been a great free kick taker? Ball comes into the box. Headed away by Villa here. Leeds calling for a handball there from number 19, I think, Jadon Sancho. Here's Ampadu. Dropped off to Strauch. Now Bogle. Here's Dan James. Tries to get the ball in the box, but does win Leeds a corner. Blocked by Matson there. It's going to be a corner to Leeds. Yeah, the last game was Forest before the international break, and we went 1-0 up through a Mecha goal. Just like we did today. Bogle does well there, takes the ball away. Oh, he's done really well, Bogle there. A bit of skill gets him down the line. Cross into the box by Bogle, headed backwards. Nonto picks it up on the edge of the box. Nonto against Morgan Rogers, crosses it towards the back post. Goes over everyone, but Longstaff can challenge for it as Sancho picks it up, and then Matson clears that one long. Here's Ampadu, heads it back towards Dan James. Dan James does really well there to get away from Kamara. Longstaff. Come on, Leeds. Longstaff into Dan James. Back to Longstaff again. Tries to take it past Matson there, but can't. And a long ball forward towards Marlon here. Marlon is very pacey, by the way, and he's up against Strauch on his own pretty much. I think this could be 3-1. Just boots it over the bar, though. Goal kick to Leeds. Another substitute for Villa. I don't think I've ever seen this bloke before. Tielemans is coming off. And coming on is Bogard. Lamar Bogard. Never heard of him. Here is Lucas Perry. Now Strauch. Goodmanson. Ampadu. Rodon. Got a bit of space to carry it here, Rodon, because everybody else is watching the runners. Here's Dan James out on the right. Looking to try and get the ball towards the box again. Goalkeeper catches it. Martinez just boots it into touch there about on the halfway line so Leeds can get the ball back. Here's Strauch. Now Rodon. Dan James. Bogle. Ball into the box. Calvert-Lewin. Honestly, he's so bad at headers. What's he doing? I think every time he gets a chance to head the ball, it's his shoulder or something and just flies over the bar. How many bloody substitutes do Villa have? Here's Gabriel Goodmanson. Now Nonto. Strauch. Nonto again. Goodmanson with the ball down the line here. Ball across the box there is not a very good one from Okafor, and now Villa come away with it. Leeds can pick up the ball back through Rodon here. Rodon straight into the feet of Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin, heavy touch there and gives the ball away. He's a donkey, Calvert-Lewin. I'm happy for him to prove me wrong, but so far, from what I've seen of him in a Leeds shirt, he just does not look good. Peru passes that ball back to Dan James. Bogard brings him down, and it's a chance for Leeds to get the ball in the box from this free kick. It's the fact that we went 1-0 up is the most frustrating. Again, that we've gone 1-0 up. Here is Longstaff then. Longstaff whips it into the box. Strauch's header! Good save by the goalkeeper in the end. Strauch's header was going in the bottom corner and then Martinez saves it. Really good delivery, really good header. He saves it with his kneecap, I think. Corner kick for Leeds then. Longstaff's delivery. Headed away. Only as far as Nonto, who wins a header against Marlon somehow, and Marlon's about twice his height. Leeds have won the ball back here through Strauch. Here's Goodmanson. Tries to play it into the box. Leeds calling for a handball from that cash block. Now Marlon trying to go past Nonto. Marlon's gone down holding his head. Nonto can't even reach your head, mate. Get up. Nonto got himself a yellow card. Konza sends that one long. Strauch dives there, and now they're in the box. That's going to be a Leeds throw in after that clearance by Rodon. Don't know what Strauch was doing there. I think one of the big differences in the Premier League to the Championship is that, in terms of a manager, is the fact that in this game, Daniel Farke's initial game plan was better than Unai Emery's because we were dominating the game and we were dominating the chances, right? But the difference between a Premier League manager and a Championship manager is somebody like Unai Emery has got the capability to make a couple of substitutions and completely change a game. Whereas somebody like Daniel Farke, once the game is changed, it gets away from him and he feels like there's nothing he can do about it. Dan James has just spooned it into row Z. 6 minutes added on. It's just horrible watching your team lose every week, isn't it? Like, it's just not fun. Look at what Sunderland are doing. Oh my God, Clive. Could he change a game when we were 7-1 down against Manchester City? Or was it 7-0? Sorry, I think it was 6-1 against Liverpool, 7-0 against Manchester City, and we conceded the most goals a Premier League team has in a month in history. Yeah, but I don't think we can bag on Goodmanson too much, Mr. P, because he's probably our best player, and the amount of times he does get the ball in the box successfully. I loved Bielsa, by the way. But let's not pretend that he was an elite manager. Because if he was, he would have been managing elite football clubs. He would have been in the position that Pep Guardiola's in and people like that. He had his flaws. And one of the big ones is that he literally was not willing to change his philosophy at any point. So you're having a go at Farke for the same thing. Here is Goodmanson. Now Nonto. Nonto with the ball deep into the box. Emi Martinez is always going to catch stuff like this. I'm not saying that Farke's a great manager. I'm saying he's a good manager in the Championship. Probably not cut out for the Premier League, as we've just discussed. No manager was more flexible than Bielsa is the most false take. I'm not getting into this again with you, Clive. If you love him, fly out to Argentina and marry him. Here's Marlon charging forward. Now Strauch. Piroux. Now Bogle. Ball down the line here towards Dan James. Dan James is in the box here over on the right-hand side by the touchline. Gets it back to Bogle. Now Joel Piroux. He's not got the chance to shoot really here, Piroux. Ampadu. We've got about 2.5 minutes left here. Joel Piroux shoots, headed away. Strauch can pick that one up. Now Goodmanson. Goodmanson, again, doesn't beat the first man with his cross. Longstaff does that well, though, to win the ball back. Here's Goodmanson again. Now Nonto. Villa really are sitting back and trying to defend this last area of the game, and Leeds have a free kick on the corner of the box. Longstaff with a free kick there. Chance for him to put the ball in the box here in the dying embers of this game. Longstaff whips that one in. Here's Nonto. Drops it off here for Dan James. Shoots. Hits Kamara. Kamara's holding his nuts there, but let's not pretend that's not sometimes a cover for the fact that you've handballed it and you're pretending it's hit you somewhere else. They're in behind here. Rodon's done well to turn Barkley around, though. And then he's tackled him. Well done, Rodon. Here's Longstaff. Nonto. Nonto carrying the ball forward here. Over the halfway line he goes. Down the line to Dan James. Dan James with the cross into the box. Headed away, but only as far as the edge of the box as Morgan Rogers tries to take it away. Oh, I thought it was picked off by Goodmanson there. Oh, foul by Longstaff in the end. When we say a small squad, we don't say that... When we say a small squad, we don't mean that you haven't got enough players to field a bench. Keeping us... Oh, yeah. Just, honestly, he must be doing it as a joke. Just no one respond when he talks about Bielsa ever again. Because it must be rage bait. Long ball forward here. Full whistle. Full-time whistle. Shite. I'm so annoyed. Just watching Leeds lose every week is really, really disheartening. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Let's stop the bloody timer. Where is that? Which tab is it? Stop. There we go. Right, thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll do a match reaction now, and then there'll be a tactical preview of the next game. By the way, I think a few people commented on my tactical preview without really understanding what they are. I think some people were saying, oh, what's the point of a tactical preview? Farke's going to do the same thing again. But it's not about Farke's tactics. It's more about who we're playing and what style of football they play. A little bit of an explainer of each team we play against and the way they play. So, but yeah. Look, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.